What's up, YouTube? I've emerged from the shadows once again to upload another video to my channel. Now, honestly, I could sit here and just say right now that I have completely forgotten about this channel altogether. With real life stuff getting in the way of things and me just trying to do adult life. Um, I really just don't have the drive, yet alone passion to kind of sit down and record as much as I would want to. But hey man, that's life, shit happens and you just gotta do what you gotta do. But I'm not here to talk about that right now. I think I've addressed it many times already that YouTube is not my main focus right now. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. Because even I myself am getting tired of repeating it over and over. I think based on my uploads, I think you guys already know by now that YouTube is not my main focus right now. So, yeah man, I just had to clear that up for a second, and we're gonna move on to the next thing I want to talk about. So, this has been long awaited for me and the boys. I am putting together a Q&A video from the boys themselves. Now, obviously, they're not gonna be here and ask me, in person. So I asked them to send me 5 questions and I will have to answer them truthfully. So I'm going to be doing that. I did have a punishment wheel set up in a separate video that I made a long time ago, but that video has since been scrapped. I'm just going to rip the band-aid off and I'm just going to answer Cosmic's questions first because those are more of the hard ones that I had him ask me. So the first question is, do you have any secrets that would change your whole life if they become public knowledge? Realistically, I don't think so, because I just want to come off as genuine, and I don't think I would change anything about it being public knowledge. I mean, I'm sure all of our shit is public knowledge anyways, with the government, but I'm not going to dive into that rabbit hole. The second question, how do you define happiness and what do you do to cultivate it in your life? God damn it, this is already having me think a lot of things I want to say. Here's the thing I would see it. If you could ever go back and change your past, then I don't think you would become the person that you are right now in the current day, because I feel like if you went back and changed your past, it would be a lot more harder on you, both mentally and physically. And there's a reason that a lot of shit happens in our lives. It's to make us grow more mature, more wise, and just kind of be grateful that it did happen to us, because again, we probably wouldn't be the person that we are today if we didn't have this shit in our lives happen for a reason, whether it be good or bad. And how to cultivate it is how you decide on how you want to cultivate it. For me, it's all about self-reflecting and doing my best to not make the same mistakes I did when I was a kid, or simply in middle school. I'm pretty sure we were all young and reckless in our age growing up, and then I feel like once we hit high school, the maturity level is there, but shit will hit the van regardless of what goes on in life. So yeah man, I think self-reflection and just appreciating the lessons is a way to cultivate happiness. It's rough, yeah, but it's for the better, I feel like. At least that's how I see it. Okay, so the third question that Cosmic asked me is, tell us about a time you embarrassed yourself in front of a crush. You see, there's a lot of moments, but I can't really put one on the tip of my tongue. So I don't know, man. A lot of stupid shit happened, but in a way, it was with the wrong people. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'll let your imagination decide on that. But I don't think I ever had a moment where I feel embarrassed in front of a crush. And plus, I don't really go out and socialize like that. I really don't. I'm a homebody. I just literally sit at home and do my usual activities or just, do family stuff. That's about it. Especially back where I used to live, I basically just stayed home a lot. And I would only ever go into town if Cosmic wanted to hang out or if any of my other friends wanted to hang out. That was it. So, yeah, man, I don't think I ever embarrassed myself in front of anyone. And simply, it's just because, I don't really care. You know, I don't really feel any embarrassment towards anything. I don't know. Let's just leave it at that. I can't even fucking think of anything. The fourth question: have you ever shared your friend's secret with someone else? No, because I feel like if someone tells you a secret, that basically means they trust you. You know, they warmed up to you, and you have earned their trust. So for you to go out of your way to tell other people their secret, you basically just tarnish their trust. And not even just their trust, your relationship with them. Whether it could be like a lover, a friend, you know, I feel like that's just kind of over the top. So, yeah, man, no, I've never told anyone their secrets. Okay, so the last question, um, man, I don't know if I want to answer this one. Um, the last question that Cosmic has asked me is, when and where was your first kiss? Who was it with? Man, I don't think I want their identities out there, so I'm just gonna leave them anonymous. But I don't want to, you know, bring those memories back because it was pretty toxic. I'm not gonna lie. You know, not everyone's perfect. I'm not perfect. I fucked up. I've made my mistakes. But you know, maybe like during the moment back then, it was whatever. I'm pretty sure everyone has had their first kiss in their life, but with the people I was with, I don't think I want to reminisce on that because it's pretty humiliating. Okay, so those were the 5 questions from Cosmic. Now let's move on to Crimson's questions. I'm gonna save Randy's for last because they're pretty basic and they're pretty easy. So the first question from Crimson is: who do you think would die in life first within the boys? All right, that is a pretty morbid thing to ask right off the bat. Um, who do you think would die first in life? Hmm, that's kind of fucked up. Um, honestly, you know what? For that answer, it'd probably be me. Um, the reason I'm saying that is because I'm a caffeine addict. Um, I usually don't drink a lot of energy drinks, but it was pretty bad in middle school. Like maybe around 8th grade. Well, not even 8th grade. I want to say it was maybe, the beginning of freshman year or sophomore year is when I really started, discovering energy drinks and whatnot. And back then, it was all Monster and it was all Red Bull. It got pretty bad. I will say that. And I'm pretty sure Cosmic can vouch for that. And most of my other friends that I know in real life, they can probably vouch for that. It's bad, man. But nowadays I try to cut back, but I no longer drink Monster or Red Bull. Um make me sound like an addict if I just name off these brands. But my main go-to now for energy drinks is Alani Energy. Um, I think I'm just gonna put up an image right here to kind of show what they look like. But yeah, man, that brand is my go-to now for energy drinks. And maybe a Ghost once a blue moon, but I don't drink Red Bull no more. I don't drink Monster no more. Alani's been my go-to. So let me put you on to that brand. Let me put you on. Okay. Enough of the self promo. I'm not even sponsored by them. But yeah, I think I would die first. Let's just keep it at that. Second question from Crimson. How far do you think the YouTube channels will go within 5 years? My realistic answer, you know, I don't think it's really going anywhere at this current time. I would want it to like pick up some momentum here and there, but at the same time, I'm just grateful to have a channel that will showcase, my stupid, dumb self and the stupid, dumb moments that I share with my best friends on a video game in a game full of pixels that is not meant to be taken serious whatsoever. That was literally the entire goal of this channel. It's not me trying to be the next uh pro player of this game or the next pro player of this game. I don't really care about all that. I'm just here, for the vibes, and I'm here to showcase the moments that I have with the people I trust. I don't know, man. Like maybe in 5 years, when I'm settled in, I have everything figured out, I have my own house and everything, then maybe I will probably take YouTube more seriously, especially with the streaming part. I do miss streaming, so I'll just leave it there. Next question: what is your absolute dream car? Um, See, I'm not a car fanatic. I don't really care for cars like that. I have my own car. It's just it needs repairs. Um, but I do think an Audi R8, that's probably my dream car, I guess. So I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm not a car fanatic like that. I don't. They're cool to look at, but I have no knowledge of them whatsoever. I have no clue how I graduated high school. Oh man. All right. So the last question. Um, is there anyone in the boys who you think is struggling such in life and has not said anything about it? Holy fuck, that's deep. Who are struggling in life and does not want to say it. Listen, man, I'm all about respecting one's privacy, and if I know someone is struggling, then they would tell me. But if they choose not to, then that's completely fine. You know, we all have our own personal battles, you know, and if it doesn't want to be shared, then it should be respected. I'm not going to sit there and pry at someone to tell me what's going on. It's their choice, you know? It's their choice if they want to share to the world what they're going through or what they're dealing with. And me myself, I'm a pretty private person. I don't really tell anyone, let alone everyone, what's going on in my personal life. And that's my choice. I'm private like that. I don't, that's the reason why, I don't use Instagram or any other social media like that. Even if people do text me sometimes, I don't answer right away. I'm just like I want to disconnect from everyone just so that way I can be at peace and regather my thoughts for what I'm going to be doing tomorrow or the next day or next week, so on and so forth. So, do I believe that the boys, maybe Cosmic, Randy, or Crimson, they're going through something? Most likely, but once again, it's their choice if they want to tell me, what's going on. And I'm honestly not gonna lie. I think, uh, l- Life has hit Crimson pretty hard. It really has. But I am not going to discuss what's going on because, I respect his decisions. I can't fucking talk. And it's also, my duty to keep that information private because if it doesn't want to be shared to the world, it's not going to be shared. Simple as that. And the same thing for Cosmic as well. Um, I know he's kind of been dealing with some stuff, but I'm gonna say it again. It's his choice if he wants to tell me or everyone else in the group of what he's going through. And if he doesn't want to share it, he doesn't want to. That's fine. We're all grown men and we can respect one's choice or decision. So, yeah, man, that question got pretty deep, but I feel like that is a explanatory explanation, you know. Don't sit there and bug people on what they're going through, you know. That's gonna fuck with their mental even more, and you're basically just gonna make it worse. Those questions from Crimson are out the way, so the last and final set of questions are gonna be from Randy. The first question: what is the first game you enjoyed playing fully? Now, there's a lot of games that I have played over the years, and I'm not gonna remember every single one of them. Um, the first game that I enjoyed playing fully, I want to say maybe Spider-Man Web of Shadows on a DS version. Um, I think I do remember watching a little bit of Spider-Man growing up, the Spider-Man movies from like Tobey Maguire. Uh, Correct me if I butchered that name, but I'm pretty sure I got it right. Um, I had that game on the DS, and I think that's pretty much the whole game that I played. Even when I was supposed to go to bed and get ready for school, I stayed under the covers and continued playing that game. And then if my mom or dad came in the room to see if I was asleep, I would instantly try and shut my DS silently so they wouldn't hear it and act asleep. And then once I know they were no longer watching me, then I would go back and play the game again. I don't know. If it's not that, then I definitely want to say uh the Super Mario games. Um I can't remember every single one of them off the top, but Mario was definitely up there with the games I used to play a lot in my childhood. Actually, no, no, no. Wait a minute. If it's not that, then Spyro. Fuck it. I think Spyro was definitely my first game that I fully enjoyed playing. So again. There's so many games, but I'm just not gonna sit here and pick and choose because then we'd be here forever. And if you've clicked off by now, that's fine. I understand. You probably clicked off the first minute I started talking. So anyways, I think it was Spyro that I enjoyed playing as a game growing up. So, second question, what do you enjoy doing the most? Um, if I'm not doing gaming stuff, then it's definitely music. Um, I promote a lot of music on the side, not my own music, but like um music from other artists that I listen to. I'm pretty sure maybe once I've told this to Cosmic, maybe not with Crimson or Randy, but they know that I am a music fanatic, and mostly I don't go anywhere without my headphones because music keeps me going. Like I feel awkward without it. Um, I'm pretty sure it's kind of normal for everyone else, but if it's not gaming, then it's literally just listening to music. That's about it. My life is pretty boring to say the least. I'm pretty sure it's the only other thing I do aside from like family stuff or you know helping with the groceries and stuff. I'm basically just listening to music. So there we go. Third question from Randy. How did we first meet? I mean, isn't it pretty obvious? Um, I met you through Cosmic, and it did honestly, it did take me a while to warm up to Randy, and I'm pretty sure it was the same way because it was probably during a Minecraft session, and Cosmic said, "Hey, there's gonna be someone else with us. You know, are you cool with that?" I said, "All right, sure." So we did some Minecraft stuff, and then I'm not gonna sit here and say every little detail that we did. Um, I'm pretty sure we addressed it before in a previous video or a past video in a Q&A. It's probably in one of those videos. So if you want to know the actual answer, I would suggest going back and re-listening or re-watch that video from the Q&As for the podcast. Um, but yeah, it took a while for me and Randy to kind of warm up to one each other. Or one fucking Christ, dude, I cannot talk. I'm literally a stuttering, babbling idiot. And I'm probably gonna leave that in. How me and Randy met, we met through Minecraft, and we met through Cosmic. The rest was history. Um, the fourth question, favorite Pokemon evolution. Hmm. I'm, I'm, I don't know if this is gonna piss off the Pokemon community. Um, I have to say Vaporeon. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it at that. If I'm gonna get crucified from the Pokemon community by saying Vaporeon is a cool evolution, then argue with the wall. All right. And the last question, favorite color. You see why I saved Brady's questions last? They're pretty simple and they're pretty basic. Maybe I should have done Brady's questions first and then would have either done Cosmic's or Crimson's questions last. I don't know. I can't really say that because there's other colors that I've used before, like red and black, or whenever I did my Pokemon streams, I used blue and yellow a lot. So it's pretty up there with bright colors. And usually I hate bright colors, but blue and yellow, they're I don't know what's about it, but I guess they're my favorite color. But my main color, it's black and red. So yeah, man. Um, I'm not gonna lie, this felt pretty lackluster, but at the same time, these are some good questions. I'm not gonna sit here and nitpick that, oh, why did you ask me about this? Or why wasn't I asked about this? Um, it's just questions at the end of the day. Um, this has been long overdue. I will say that. And then I remember Cosmic made his Q&A video a long time ago, um, with the same format of questions. I don't know if he still has it up, but I guess I'll probably link it in the description so you can kind of hear his point of view of the questions. Um, yeah, man, this was the boys Q&A that I have answered, and I'm honestly not gonna lie, I feel like the answers were kind of half-assed, but at the same time, I am recording this at 5 a.m. in the morning, so it explains why I'm a stuttering, babbling idiot. I can't really say the other word, the R word because YouTube policies and all that. I'm trying to stay on YouTube's good side, you know, especially if maybe in 5 years, I'll get this channel monetized. And there's a lot of naughty words that YouTube won't like me saying. Or if it comes to that, then I'll probably just like censor them, like I did in my older videos. So yeah, man, this is another video that's gonna go off my channel. I honestly don't know where I'm gonna go from here. This could be the only video of 2025. Who knows, man? We'll see. I'm definitely gonna try and bring back the House of Combat channel because I got 2K25, and I want to start recording more matches on there. So, okay, well, I'm pretty tired. Um, I'm already starting to lose my voice, so I'm going to go ahead and end the video and not take up any more of your time. So, I will catch you guys on the next side. Peace, stay hydrated, and be awesome. I'm out. Oh, wait. One more thing. Um, in this current video, I have schedule 1 gameplay. I'm probably gonna upload that raw footage, no edits, nothing. It's just gonna be straight unedited clips and whatnot. So expect like maybe an hour long footage, schedule 1 with me, Ben, and Randy. So okay, I'm gone. Bye bye.